All right, so just moved everything in just now from the truck from picking up some parts last night. Posted a little picture about it. I didn't really say like what all we got or what all is going to be for sale or condition or anything like that. So we did get another B series shift linkage. It's got a Hurst shifter on it. Um, I'm not really a big fan of aftermarket shifters, but some people are. It is a little bit shorter. So we will be selling the B series linkage with that. We did get a B16 transmission, non-LSD. It is a little dirty right now. It is sitting inside of a garage. So we're going to clean all this off. Some of the things I always look for on these, one are the bolt holes here, which these were good. They have good threads on both of them. And then I always look to see if they have studs, and if they don't have studs, to make sure that the holes still have good threads in those, which they do. This one is about halfway good on the threads, so you'll just use a longer bolt there, and that's very typical of all these transmissions nowadays. But it is a B16 short gear. It does have newer synchros in it from Synchrotech, and also has the upgraded detent springs in it as well. I shifted it last night with my hand, and it's very, very stiff. So this will be a good transmission for someone looking for a B series to, obviously either do a manual swap or whatever they want to do. This does come with, looks like, one side of the solid shift bushing. Either way, sounds good, looks good, so I'm good with that. We did get a B20 Z2 block. Obviously pretty bare. It does come with a good crank as well. So good crank. It's already been redecked and it's already been honed. So it's still a stock bore at 84 millimeter. So if someone's looking for a B20 Z2 block to build, or if they just need another one to throw their stuff in, whatever, this one's good to go. All the bolt holes in the back for the intermediate are good. Another thing I always look for on those. So we went ahead and picked that up. They have an OBD1 VTEC distributor. It is an aftermarket distributor, obviously, but it is in working condition. So if you need a OBD1 B series VTEC distributor, this will work on a GSR or B16 head, doesn't matter. All the VTEC B series distributors will fit between each other, obviously depending on whatever OBD1, OBD2 car you have. This is for an OBD1, so definitely a little bit harder to find in good shape for those. But again, like I said, it's aftermarket, but still in working condition. So looks like that manifold looks like it came from a B16A2, because it doesn't have the provision right here for the intake air temp. That's normally the number one sign right there that it's from a newer one. If it would have been a B16A3 from a Del Sol, it would have had a hole there, so the intake air temp would be stuck in that location. The newer ones do not come like that. They actually come in the elbow, like over here. So that's a new one, but honestly, really just got this because we wanted the Skunk 2 throttle body. This is a Pro Series, I believe is what this one is, and 68 millimeter. These ones I do really like. I don't like the just the regular throttle bodies. I always see a lot of issues with those. These ones are usually in a lot, they just work better. They don't have the built-in idle air control assist, and they idle properly without having to go through and make changes. So happy with that. We did get some forged pistons. So these are higher compression forged pistons for the B20 84 millimeter. So these will be a little bit higher. I believe he said they're in the 11.5 range on those. And then we did get some equal rods for it as well. I'm unsure if I'm going to sell these just yet. If someone is interested in these, obviously message me and let me know. But this I kind of think I might have made up my mind and wanted to do a high compression B20 for the Type R. Unsure yet, but like I said, if you're interested in the rods or the pistons, you know, definitely let me know. Aside from that, we also got some air fuel gauge. I can't remember if he said this. No, this looks brand new. So yeah, this one's brand new in the box. It doesn't have the wideband, the Bosch wideband, because it's actually stuck in that header right there. And when I say stuck, I don't mean like physically stuck in there. It's just put in there. So that's a full kit for that. We also got a AEM single single cam gear. So if you're looking for a AEM, can't remember what the style is. True Time, I believe, is what this is called. Yeah. So AEM True Time AEM cam gear. So if you're looking for one of those to complete a set, message me, let me know. We'll sell that one as a single. Hansport mount kit, or Hasport mount kit. This is for an EG-DC for a D series or B series. Must be for a manual transmission. So manual transmission, EG-DC, D or B. This mount kit will work for you. We sell those for $250 used. We got 2 ECUs. I haven't plugged these in to make sure they work yet. The P28 on the bottom is a stock P28. This P05 right here is a chipped P05. And it was in a running B20 VTEC car. So again, I'm going to plug these in and make sure they work. The boards look like they have a little bit of leak on 2 of the capacitors on both of these. But again, if they work, they work. Someone can buy them and, you know, have them redone or whatever. So we'll sell those as well. We got the 1320 header. I'm not exactly sure what they call that one other than the 4-2-1, but I don't know if that's like a different series or whatever. Also on that, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell that just yet, because that might go on the B20 VTEC build. I don't know. Again, everything is usually for sale, so just message me, let me know. Also, one of the things I was actually pretty curious about was this right here. I've actually never seen one of these in person. It's a composite Skunk 2 fuel rail. So, I mean, I don't even know what these are worth or what they sell for or whatever, but I just thought it was cool. Definitely unique, being composite and all that. It's got a K-tune gauge on it and a grams, I believe is what this was. It's a grams fuel pressure regulator. Again, that's also pretty nice. So definitely going to clean this up and, you know, maybe list that as well. We got some Skunk 2. So funny story with these. I actually bought these from a guy a long time ago, last year, from a guy in Arkansas that was selling them. And it took me about 2 months to get them, and I thought I actually got scammed on them, but I ended up getting them. And then I had a guy come down from Kansas and he bought them, and then this guy, that guy that bought them, didn't end up using them. They were stuck in a car. I guess it had like start time on it. I mean, there's like no signs of, like, you know, hardly any wear on these cams, but thought I got scammed. I sold them. The guy that bought them, he sold them to this guy that bought them, and then he was telling me that he's like, yeah, I got a set of Pro 2 Skunk 2 Pro 2 cams. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, man, I used to have a set. And I literally was like, bro, this looks just like the set that I used to have that I sold to a dude in Kansas. And he's like, I bought these from a guy in Kansas. So long story short, I bought these last year, sold them. It got sold again, and now I ended up with them again. So might be an omen that I need to keep these. I don't know. We'll see. So we also did get a B16 head. The head itself, I'm not quite sure what I really want to do with this yet. It's got some issues. One of these bolts was actually oversized and the threads were stripped out. On this should be a 10 millimeter, and it's actually a 12 millimeter now. So that's always concerning when I see that. And it's got stock springs in it, but it's also got aftermarket flat top valves in it, which I would personally like to have in my B20 just to bump the compression up a little bit. But again, I don't know if I want to sell this complete, because I don't want to sell this to someone that is going to have issues with something like the water neck up here. I did notice that one of the 10 millimeter holes here has been redone. It looks like it was drilled out and a time cert was put in there. It might still be in good condition. I don't know. I didn't actually really check to see. I don't know if there's any 10 mils in here. But again, this is definitely always something that I check. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Looks like it might be, yeah. I mean, it looks like it might be okay to go ahead and run like that. But again, I don't want to just sell it cheap to someone and then someone gets stuck with something that they can't really use, because this head, it is kind of boogered up on the bottom. So it is kind of boogered up down here where they pulled this plug out, and then I guess they put it in, but they didn't get it in all the way, so they shaved it down, and I don't know. But on these heads, on the B16 heads, when I install them on B20 VTEX, I normally get these heads milled, not just resurfaced, but I normally get them milled. So I'll get these milled about 30 thousandths off of the whole plane. And right here is how you tell how much material is left on the head itself to be able to be resurfaced. So if you still have area here, you can measure this and you can see how much material is still on the head itself to be able to be planed off. And there's about 20 thousandths on this ledge right here. And 20 thousandths would effectively shave this down to make sure that it is a good flat mating surface. But then again, once you do that, your head's going to be pretty much at its last leg, you know, so you're not really going to be able to pull it off and redo it again if something happens, if you warp the head or something like that. So again, it's just things I look for, things that as a reseller and having, you know, a good history that we do, I just always want to make sure and get people good stuff and know what they're getting into. Some people don't care. And again, sometimes it's just not worth it, and we'll strip them apart and sell them for parts, because all this stuff does sell, whether it's in person or on eBay. I mean, we have sold multiple sets of just caps and rails and all that sort of stuff. So I'm unsure what we will do with that. If someone does want it in that sort of condition, obviously let me know. We're not going to just sell it for cheap and give it away, because there is still a lot of value to these parts. But anyways, so that's just going over the parts that we got last night. If you're interested in something, message me, let me know, and we can definitely talk. So that's what we'll be doing today. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.